Okay, good morning, students. Once again, welcome to our online class. And today we are going to deal with our MEG4 Book 3. And it's all about phonetics and phonology. Okay, uh, surely you might have learned phonetics earlier from your degree classes and your pre-degree classes and all, but this time, as you are doing your masters in English language and literature, you are going to learn phonetics in a deeper manner than so far you have learned. Okay, so before going to phonetics, let me clear you the difference between phonetics and phonology. Okay, so, what do you mean by phonetics actually? Phonetics is nothing but it's the study of all the speech sounds and the articulation of the speech and how one is producing a speech or how a speech sound is being produced by a person, and also what are the things happening while we are using language or using a particular language. Okay, so that's all about phonetics. Then what do you mean by phonology actually? Phonology is actually the learning of language of a particular, say, learning a particular language. Okay, so that is known as actually phonology, and that is the difference between phonology and phonetics. Okay, so, what do you mean by phonetics? It's referring to the prediction of speech. Okay, the prediction of speech sound is known as phonetics. Now, and when we are learning all these things with regard to a language, then we can see that it's all phonology. Now, let us see the first lesson, that is the speech mechanism. Okay, so what do you mean by mechanism? We know that mechanism means what is the thing, what is happening in a particular thing, that is in a particular machine or in a particular whatever maybe. If something is happening, how it is happening, that is known as mechanism. Okay, so see, we are daily speaking. We know that we are daily speaking and we are producing sounds while we are speaking, whichever language we may speak, but we are using some effort to produce a particular sound. And how the sound is being produced? What are the mechanism inside our body which are being involved or which is happening when a speech sound is being produced? So this is known as speech mechanism, and here we will learn. It's a very interesting area, and so we know that see for speech mechanism you have to learn some organs of speech, and here we know. See here, in order to understand this, you have to know three systems. That is, first of all, the respiratory system. Second, the phonatory system, and third one is the articulatory system. So let us see what, and all these three are making us, which help us to produce a particular sound. So let us see first what is a respiratory system. See, if you have learned science, and obviously in your 10th, till your 10th standard, you might have learned that what a respiratory system is. But there we are learning the process of see accepting or taking in oxygen. See, we are taking breathing, that is inhalation. Okay, always whenever we hear about respiration, we have a notion that it is all about inspiring, inspiration, or taking in our see taking in the breathe, and then we are just exhaling it, and we are taking, and the breath which we take in the lungs, that is taking oxygen from it, and we are releasing the carbon dioxide and all other unwanted whatever may be particles and all the gaseous things which are unwanted for us. So this is all about respiration which we have learned so far. But See, we have to know more about this. See, actually, here in our phonetics, we are concerned with more about the expiration. So, we know that respiration means actually it's a addition of two systems, that is inspiration and expiration. Inspiration means we are taking in air, breathing in air, and what I mean by expiration, actually, it is taking breathing out air. Okay, so it is in the inspiration that we are taking in air, and our lungs is the inside the physiology which we have learned. We know that in our lungs what is happening. See, gaseous exchange is happening, and that's how we are living. See, we are getting oxygen which is necessary for all our blood circulation and all our cells and all. We know that. Okay, but the expiring air, see, we have learned that the expiring air is being needed to expire the unwanted, or we can say that the unnecessary gaseous things which are there in the, or the particles which are there in the air which we breathe. Okay, but it has got another role also. The expiring air is helping us to produce the sound. See, it is the expiring air which is passing through our, see, we know that from the lungs it is passing through our trachea, and see, then the trachea, from here we know that there is a our larynx. Okay, and it is in the larynx that there is a vocal cord for us. See, vocal cord is there, and from there we know that, see, here some vocal cord is there, then from there onwards, see, two cavities are there. See, there one is nasal cavity and another one is oral cavity. Okay, and see, always when we are breathing we feel that, see, yeah, actually the things we are doing through our nasal cavity, and we are taking in and expiring the air in there. But some of the air we are using it, and we are expiring it through our oral cavity, and it is being used to produce sound. Okay, so here actually what is happening. So in order to understand what is happening and how the through what the air is being blown, first of all I'll show you a picture. Okay, so I'm gonna share a picture for you. So students, please stay with me. I'll show you one picture, and see, let me share it. Okay, one second. Yeah, so I'm gonna share it, a picture. You can find it here on your screen. It's nothing but organs of speech. Hope it's clear for you, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, thank you. So here you can find that, see, I have just taken it from a website, so some unnecessary advertisements are there, please neglect it. So here you can find that, see, what is there? All what we have gonna look is here it is the larynx from the downwards. Please note the picture, and it's very clearly given in your study material also. So let us see here in the page number 6. Okay, it is there. So those who have got your study material with you, please open your book and see page number 6. And there you can see that from the down there is a larynx. See, most of us tell about Adam's apple and all, isn't it? That's the larynx here. We can find it, and there the vocal cord you can find. See, it's very clearly arrowed. See, that's the vocal cord, and above that we are just see. You can see that. See, there's the area through which the above it is going to the oral cavity, and that's uvula is there. Uvula you can find, and it's the uvula, and just above the uvula it is the soft palate. It's a loose muscle over there, and the soft palate is actually, the palate is being given in as generally it is being told there, but in your textbook it is very clearly told that, see, there's a soft palate, so you can feel it with your see, if you're doing some muscle exercise, you can feel it, okay. And that loose area of your palate is known as soft palate, and through which you can just adjust, you can bring the muscles down and bring the muscles up, and that's how you can allow the air pass through the nasal cavity. When if you are bringing the thing down, then the nasal cavity will be open, and if you are lifting it, then oral cavity will be open, okay. Then comes next to the see soft palate. You can, so uvula is there. It's a small fleshy thing which is hanging. You can find it if you are opening your mouth or to a mirror. You can just see that uvula. Then just above that you can find our soft palate is there, which is easily movable muscles. Then after that you can find a hard thing. See, just feel with your tongue. Lift your tongue and just feel above. Yeah, there's a hardy, bony portion, isn't it? That is known as hard palate. Okay. Then after the hard palate, just move your tongue towards the front, and just before the front teeth, you can feel the ridges or alveolar ridge or teeth ridge. Okay, that bony hump which you can feel just before your front teeth or incisors, that is known as the teeth ridge. Okay. Hope it's clear for you. Just feel it with your tongue. Okay. Then comes teeth. Then comes lips. It's very clear, very simple. Okay. It's not at all complicated. Hope you have understood it. Now let's come back to our yeah. Let's come back to our class. Okay. Now it's clear that's the structure or the organs of speech there, and so you as I told you, that's how it is been, the air is being passed. So you can find that the air stream which is being expired is blowing through the, see, it is blown through the either the nasal cavity or through the oral cavity, and mostly it is being, most of the speeches which we are using are there in such cases, the mostly the air passed is through the oral cavity, okay. Now let us see what is phonatory system. Now read this portion very clearly from your study material, okay? And try to draw this picture. And whenever you are writing the exam, you have to just draw the picture and explain, okay? And just mark each area, mark each organs, and just mark it and label it. And with a neat diagram, just explain it, okay? Then comes the phonatory system. So phonatory system, as I told you, see, it is nothing but I told you about the Adam's apple, which we commonly use or call, that's the larynx, okay. And in that larynx, we can see that larynx contains a pair of muscular bands or folds, okay. It is just like my two fingers, which I held like this, see, this is my two fingers, isn't it? So if it is being held like this in a cross section, that's how the vocal cord is being situated, okay. And if the see, if it is like this, see, it is a cross section, okay. And if the, see, these are the two muscular bands, my two fingers, suppose it has two muscular bands of vocal cords, and if the bands of vocal cords are being, see, if these cords are being held like this, okay, closer, then we can see that, see, if the vocal cords are closed, or we can say that, yeah, it is closed. And if it is being held apart, okay, if it is being opened like this, and this gap, no, this gap is known as glottis. Okay, so you can find that the glottis is, this is the glottis, the opening is the glottis, and the closed thing is the that you can find that if it is closed, you can see that the vocal cords are closed, and if it is held apart, you can say that it's open. Okay. So what happens is that, see, these are the loose, it's very flexible to muscular bands, and if with the pressure, okay, with the pressure, what is happening is that if we can just hold it apart, and it will just vibrate and open. See, while it is opening, what happens? These two things will vibrate, isn't it? It's quite natural. It will vibrate and open and go if it is closed. If it is held open, then no vibration will be there. It can just freely pass through. Okay, so that's all about the opening and closing of glottis and the vibration and all. And we call that, see, it's just like a door. If a door is being closed and a gushy air is being passed and it is making it to open, then what happened? The door is moving and opening, isn't it? So then if the door is already open and the air is passing through, the door will not move. So that's the only idea which you have to take in. So that's happening in the closing and opening of the vocal cords or glottis. Okay. And here you have to learn two types of sounds, that are voiceless sounds and voiced sounds. See, I'm talking about these two in this particular juncture because it's all about the vibration of vocal cords and the non-vibration of vocal cords. So, those sounds which are being produced by this vibration of vocal cords are known as voiced sounds. Okay, and those sounds which are produced without the vibration of vocal cords are known as the voiceless sounds. Okay, so now we know that what is the vibration of vocal cord. See, if the glottis is open, already open, and the air is passing through, and we are producing the sound, then we can see that, yeah, the glottis is, and so we can find that the vocal cords are not vibrating because it's already open. So such sounds are known as voiceless sounds, and those sounds which are being produced by the by opening see, already the glottis will be closed and it is being opened by the by making the vocal cords to open it, and resulting with a vibration of this vocal cord, then such sounds are known as voiced sounds. Okay, and for your added knowledge, let me say that all English vowels are voiced sounds. Okay, and in consonants, you can find both voiced or voiceless. Okay, then another way which how you can understand that, see, a practical way how you can find that which sound is voiced and which sound is voiceless is that you can just hold your finger on your larynx and just see that while you're producing a particular sound, whether the vibration is here. See, just make this sound ah, ah, yeah, it's vibrating, isn't it? Ah, ah. Then if it is o, oo, o, o, all these are vowels which I am talking about. See, there's a vibration, isn't it? So you may feel that, yeah, every sound will be vibrating. No, I'll show you. Okay, if you're using the sound s, okay, no vibration is there, but it is Z. Okay, vibration is there. Okay, so that's the voiced and voiceless sounds. Okay, I think it's clear now. Now you can just read the essay here, written here in your study material, and it will be clear, very clear, and you can write it. Okay. Then is articulatory system, and in articulatory system, all what you have to know is see, we have seen you. I think still remember the picture which I have shown you. There we have just discussed about the articulatory system, the system which is helping to articulate the sound that is in our oral cavity and the nasal cavity. That's the articulatory system. Okay, and that in that you can find that, see, the glottis is there. Okay, so sorry, not glottis, the pharynx is there. Then comes the lips. Okay, start from lips, teeth, then teeth ridge. Just feel it. Okay, while I'm telling the words, well, when I'm telling the organs, just try to feel it with your tongue. See, the teeth is there, lips are there. Anyway, you know that lips are there. Then teeth, you know, incisors. Okay, just behind the teeth comes the teeth ridge. Yeah, feel it with the tip of your tongue. Then just above that, then be just behind that is a bony portion, that is hard palate. Okay, and let me tell one thing that the teeth ridge is also called as alveolar ridge. Okay, so wherever you find an alveolar, then the thing that such sounds will be made by touching the tongue will be touching on the teeth ridge. Okay, then comes the, so let us proceed. Then comes the hard palate. Then behind that you can find the soft palate is there, that you can just feel with the back of your tongue. Okay, not with the tip. You can't do that. Okay. Then behind that you can find the uvula. For to find the uvula, you can just see the widely opening your mouth into a mirror. Okay. So these are the things which are included in the yeah, in the articulation of articulatory system, or the articulation of a sound. And you can find the tongue. Tongue is there. Okay, it's very important. You have forgotten that. See, it's the tongue which is all. If without a tongue, you can't. You can never make. Okay, you can just make a, e, u, and anyway, e is being made by lifting the tongue. So tongue is doing a very big job it is doing. Actually, it's we can find that, see what a skilly thing organ it is there in our mouth. Very active thing, isn't it? Tongue. So these are all about. Now you just read, okay? We can find that then all it's very clearly given about everything. It's given there. The teeth bridge, what is there, and everything. Okay. Then if you want, just note that the tongue, that in it for a tongue there will be a tip of a tongue. Then blades are there. Okay, the two sides. The tip is there, and after just after the tip at the back we can see that it's the front of the tongue, then center of the tongue, and back of the tongue. And the front of the tongue will be just below the teeth ridge. Center of the tongue will be just below the hard palate, and back of the tongue will be just below the soft palate. Okay, so that's all about, very simple. That's all about the tongue. So, and here in this lesson itself, you can find the vowels and consonants are given here. It's a very good, very simple to understand now. As I told you, see how, what is the definition which you can give for a vowel actually. See, vowel is a sound for whose prediction the oral passage is unobstructed. Okay, so the vowel is a sound of whose prediction the oral passage. We know what's an oral passage is. We have discussed it. It is not having any obstruction. It is unobstructed, so that the air can flow from the lungs. See, I told you the air is coming from the lungs. Okay, the expiring air. So the expiring air can flow from the lungs to the lips and beyond that outside without any stop, without any obstruction, or without being stopped. Okay, so such a sound is known as vowel sound. Okay, so the air is freely flowing. Okay, so it's a column is there, air column. Sometimes the air column will be constricted, or sometimes the air column will be I see it is be wider in some cases of vowels, but it won't be completely obstructed or completely closed. Okay, stopped. Okay. Then next one is consonant. Then what is a consonant? See, consonant is a sound for whose prediction the air current, see the air current which we are passing is completely stopped, or either it will be completely stopped, okay, for a consonant, or is forced through a narrow constriction. See, we are making some narrow constriction with our tongue or with our soft palate, by the action of soft palate or with the action of tongue and all. We are just, or with our mouth, lips and all, we are just constricting it about to touch. Okay, likewise, we are constricting it and we are narrowing down the column, then such or we are completely closing. So, but anyway, a friction is being made there, and such a sound is known as consonant sound. So, see, I think right from your early ages and all, you have learned that vowels, which what are vowels? It's nothing, A, E, I, O, U. And what are consonants? All other sounds. No. See, hereafter you should never answer like that. See, you're gonna become masters in English, so you should never answer in such a way. So you should say that this is the main difference between vowels and consonants, which we have just learned now. So that's all about the first lesson. Then let's see the second lesson. Okay. So yeah, in the second lesson, we can find that the description and classification of consonants and vowels. So now we have learned what are the speech, see mechanisms of speech, what are the things happening inside our body, what are the mechanisms, okay, involved, and we have found three systems and we have learned it very clearly. Now let us see, now we are concentrating on the sounds, okay, because we are learning phonetics. Don't forget that phonetics is all about the learning of study of the sounds, okay. So we have classified sounds into vowels and consonants anyway. And when it comes to vowels, see, before that, here it has been given the what is voiced and voiceless sounds. If we have that, we have just see very clearly. I have told you what's the difference between a voiced and a voiceless sounds. Voiced sounds are the vibration of vocal cord, and voiceless without the vibration of vocal cord. Don't forget it, okay? So, and we can find the point that or part place of articulation, the manner of articulation, all these things we are gonna learn here. So, see, two things are there. What is place of articulation and manner of art? So first, see, as I told you, first we are going to learn vowels and consonants, and first we are going to concentrate on consonants. Okay, and while we are learning consonants, let's see what are the classification of consonants and how this prediction is made and all. And likewise, we can divide it in two way of learning. That is, one is by learning the place of articulation. Okay, which are the place that from where this particular sound is being articulated inside in our speech organs, which particular space is being responsible for that, and what is happening at that place, that place is being mentioned there. So such way of learning consonants is known as the consonants place of articulation. Okay, so here we can find that yeah, please take page number 20 in your study material. There you can find the classification. So first one, I'll just read out the names, terms that are. First one is bilabial, second one is labiodental, third one is dental, fourth one is alveolar, then fifth one is post-alveolar, then retroflex, then palato-alveolar, then palatal, then velar, then uvular, then pharyngeal, then glottal. See, it's very simple. See, and it's very simple to just remember the names because I'll just make it clear for you. See, what do I mean by bilabial? Labial means always lips. Okay, so lips, always labio, wherever you find labio, then it means lips. As I told you, wherever you find alveolar, it means that teeth bridge. Okay, so likewise, wherever you find this labio, you can find it, you can understand that, yeah, it's all about lips, which is talking about. So bilabial means two lips are being used there. Okay, so the upper and lower, both the lips okay, both the lips are used there. For example, if I'm using p, p, paused, bossed, paused, then for p, my two lips are being, see, just pursed inside, isn't it? P. Then I'm just opening and pronouncing the sound. So just think what we told about consonants. Those sounds which are being carried, of which we are, see the air column, we are just stopping it and opening it. Okay, we are pronouncing or we are releasing the air column after making a stoppage or we are constricting. Okay, so here a complete stopping is happening by p, isn't it? So that is the bilabial consonant. Then if it is labiodental, so labio means, I told you, it's labio means lips will be there, and dental means our teeth is coming. So here, what you want to notice is that your upper lip is just passive here and the active one is your lower lip. So the lower lips is just been touching the teeth here and the sound is being produced. So the teeth and the lower lips are taking part here. Okay, so just when you say f, 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 v, v. There you can find that. See only the your up down lower lip and your teeth is been taking part. See, don't be confused by between the pronunciation of w and the. W is been pronounced as w, w. Okay, that is actually bilabial because it's coming w, w by rounding your two lips. Okay, but if it is van, v, then it is labiodental. Okay, then comes dental. Dental means only the tongue. Your tongue is touching your, what is happening here? Here lips is not there. Then here tongue is taking part. Okay, so the tongue is touching your teeth. So how it will be? Like th, 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 then th, the. Okay, then comes alveolar, and for alveolar, we know that what is happening, that the teeth ridge will be touched by the tongue. Okay, like tool, day, d. Okay, nail, okay, n, t, d. Then comes post alveolar. Okay, there what you're doing actually the tongue is actually what is happening is that the tongue is just like, I'll tell the example, then it will be easy for you. That is r, what are you doing, that r, 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 that is post alveolar. After the alveolar, that is the teeth ridge, and just between the teeth ridge and the hard palate, that junction is being taking part here. And what is happening there? Your tongue, the tip of your tongue is being touched on that particular point. Okay, that is between this alveolar and between this teeth ridge and your hard palate. Okay, so that's where you are using when you are pronouncing r, ra, ra. Okay, rat, ra, r, not r, Don't just vibrate it like that. It's r, r. Then comes retroflex. Okay, it's pronounced with the underside of the tip of the tongue. Okay, as the active articulator, and front of the hard palate as the passive articulator. Okay, for example, I just take ch, t. Okay, t, trum, dun, t. Then let's see what which is palato-alveolar. Okay, palato-alveolar means the palate. Okay, the hard palate and the just the in between that, like just like ch, ch. Palate and alveolar both are taking part. Ch, j, in between it. Ch, j. Okay, you're just narrowing it there. Okay, ch, j. So palate means hard palate, that is hard portion. Alveolar means teeth rich. Both are present. Now, next is palatal. So what do you mean by palatal? The hard surface of your, that is just opposite to the center of your tongue. That is palate, that bony portion. Okay. So there you can say yard, yard. Okay. Then next is velar. Velar means I have told you that is velar means it is all about say our soft palate. Okay, it comes in the soft palate. That is, see what is velar means soft palate. It's another name for soft palate. Then next is uvular. I told you. So for velar we can say that k, g, g, k, g. Then in some Hindi words we can say that kh, kh, kha, gha, gali, gadi, gadi. Okay. Then uvular. Uvular means that I have told you that small muscular thing just hanging. Okay, that is a uvula. So actually for uvular, you can find Urdu and Hindi words like see kh, 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 kharib, gal, kalam, ka, kalam. Okay, ga. Okay, it's coming from here. Ga, ga. Okay, in English we can't find much from that. Then comes pharyngeal ha. Actually, it is from the pharynx that is happening. Ha. Okay. Then glottal. Glottal, I have told you that hat, hat, that it is happening there in the, that is glottal. Actually, it is happening there. That is what is happening. Glottis, I have told you, it is all about the vocal cords, and the vocal cords are, it is it is folded apart, and the glottis will be open, and it is while you're using ha, see vibration is not there. So the flow that, so it means that the glottis is open and the air is just passing freely through it. Such sounds are known as glottal. So here ha is ha, h is such a sound. Now next is, so now we have seen the place of articulation and we have seen it in a very clear manner. Now next is the manner of articulation. Okay, so what do you mean by manner of articulation? In the yeah, how you are articulating, what is the method of producing the sound? Okay, so that you can find that plosive, affricate, nasal, trill or roll, then flap, lateral, fricative, frictionless, semi-vowel. Okay, so what do you mean by that? Manner of articulation. It means that how the column, the sound is being produced, and see what is happening to the column of air which is passing through our, see, which is passing through the trachea and which is passing through our, say, mouth or nose, oral cavity, or through our nasal cavity. So, first one is plosive. Plosive means actually we are completely, see, we are talking about consonants. So some stopping or some constriction should be there. Otherwise, we can't say that that sound is consonant. So we are learning about consonant sounds, and let us see how this constriction or how this blockage is formed. And there are different types of constrictions and different types of blockages which are being made, and let us see which are they. And that is the manner of articulation which we are gonna discuss with. So the first one is plosive. Here we can find that we are completely blocking the air and just suddenly releasing that particular air. Okay, so completely blocking with the help of any of the speech organ, and we are just releasing it with a sudden release. Such sounds are known as plosive. For example, p, t, k. There we are, and we are completely blocking the air column and just releasing in a sudden manner. Then what do you mean by affricate? Affricate sounds are those which are we are completely blocking, but we are releasing it in a gradual manner. Okay, it's not a sudden release. So what you are doing there? See there, what is happening is that, see, the blockage, just for, if I'm telling an example, it will be clear for you. In the case of ch, choice, or joy, and all, what you are doing? See, we are blocking j. First, we are blocking, then j. That for that we are just opening it in a gradual manner. Okay, so the sound is being passed through that narrow way through by producing friction. So such sounds are known as affricate. Then comes nasal sounds. It's quite easy to understand. That's nothing but we are just passing this air column through our nasal cavity than our oral cavity. So the complete air is being passed through the nasal cavity, and the oral cavity is being blocked with the help of uvula and soft palate. I have told you, when the soft palate is being brought down, then the nasal cavity will be open and the oral cavity will be closed. And if it is in held, if it is held, or if it is been see, forced to held open or upwards, then you can find that the oral cavity will be open. Okay, so if the nasal cavity is open completely and the air column is being passed through the nasal cavity to produce the sound, then it is known as nasal sounds. And the examples are n, m, and all. Okay, n and all. Okay, then comes trill or roll. What do you make trill and roll? Trill and roll, actually, trill means that what you are doing, trill or roll. Okay, there, if you are using, as I have told you, that repeated taps are happening by the tip of the tongue. Tr, 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 dr, r, r. For ra, r, you are using it. And what is happening? The air is being passed by the through the repeated action of hit of the tip of the tongue, and the air is passed through that. So the air is being just vibrated and passed. Okay, that is known as drill or trill or roll. Then comes flap. So what do you mean by flap? So okay, so I told you, for a roll we are doing several taps, isn't it? But here, for flap, involves only a single tap will be there. Okay, for example, d. Only once we are just touching our with or blocking with our tip of the tongue. So such sounds are known as flap. Then comes lateral. Lateral means, actually, if you are using the pronouncing the sound l, what is happening is that your tip of the tongue is being held on the teeth ridge or on the teeth, and the air is being passed through the either side of the tongue. It is escaping through the either side of the tongue by, so what is happening is that the column is being cut by the, actually the column, air column which is being passed is being cut by the tongue, by holding the tip of the tongue upwards. So such sounds are known as lateral. Okay. Then fricative. What do you mean by fricative? Sound same. Fricative means actually it is just like affricate, but affricate, what is happening? We are just completely blocking the sound and just releasing it in a gradual manner. Okay, but in a fricative, what is happening is that we are not blocking it completely. In the starting itself, it is been we are making just a small narrow passage by bringing the tongue towards the upper portion of the oral cavity, and thus we are allowing the column to pass through a very narrow passage that is known as fricative. Okay, then comes frictionless continuant. That is, see, if you are talking about, see, unlike fricatives, for the protection of which see, fricative, we know that degree of narrowing is enough to cause audible friction. See, we are in fricative, we are narrowing it. Okay, why we are narrowing? In order to make a friction in the sound, but frictionless continuants are produced by a lesser degree of narrowing. Without, see, narrowing is being done, but it is been in a lesser manner just to avoid friction. Okay, so that is known as real, road, and all. It is happening for r. Okay. Then comes semi-vowels. What do you mean by semi-vowel? See, vowel sounds are there, and we know that while we are producing, what's the difference between vowel and consonant? For vowel, while we are producing this sound, see, just forget about voiced and voiceless. We are not talking about the vocal cords. We are just talking about the articulation manner. So, what is happening in the vowel cords? Vowel sound, see, we know that the air column is be passed in a free manner without any blockage. Okay, so air column is not stopped anywhere, or it is not been narrowed in a very linear manner. But here it is called a semi-vowel. What's that? See, so it is doing some function of consonant and some function of vowels. So just like yeah, yarn, yeah, and all. We are actually, what the thing is happening is that the see, actually the semi vowels are vowel like because no obstruction is there while the prediction is happening, but it is a consonant sound. The function is a consonant sound. Okay, so it is been known as like year. So it is been called as semi vowel. Okay, so these are the classifications of consonants by considering the place of articulation and manner of articulation, and also beyond before that we have seen that there are two types of consonants. We can find that voiced and voiceless. See, as we have told in the case of vowels, I have told that all vowels are voiced sounds, but in consonants we can find both voiced and voiceless. See, as I have told about z, these are two good examples for you to understand the different types, that is voiced and voiceless in consonants. Both are consonant sounds, and in the production of s, we can't, it's a voiceless, and the production of z is a voiced sound. Okay. So these are the classification of vowels and sorry, not vowel, consonant. Now let us see the classification of vowel sound. Okay, and here, as been told, first we have to learn about the part of the tongue raised, the height of the tongue. See, so all what you have to learn is that, see, no obstruction is there, but just the tongue is being raised and kept. Okay, once again. Okay, so the tongue is being raised and but the flow is not being obstructed, but that the different voice are being made by the by making the tongue, the position of the tongue, raising of the tongue. Okay, so different sounds are being articulated there. So the part of the tongue raised should be learned here. The height of the tongue also should be raised here, learned here, and also the lip position should be learned here. So whenever you are talking about a sound, a vowel sound, or naming a vowel sound, you should tell about its part of the tongue. That see the lip position, part of the tongue raised, and the height of the tongue raised. Okay. So what do you mean by part of the tongue raised? See, anyway, we know that the tongue is being raised. Okay. So just think about this is the oral cavity. This is the oral cavity and this is the tongue. Okay. So when we are talking, when we are pronouncing certain sounds, especially vowel sounds, the tongue is being raised. Okay. And if it is then the tongue will be in a such a way. So through this air column, freely the air is passing. Then if it is a, we are just, the tongue is left like this. Just. Okay. Then if it is e, so it is e, the tongue is left like this, but it's not touching. Okay, so the movement of tongue, so this is the height. Okay, this gap is known as the height. Okay, the gap of the oral cavity and the distance between the oral cavity, that is the upper palate and the resting tongue, is known as the height. Okay, then so then comes so then we are talking about, so that is the part of the tongue. Okay, so the tongue's part is that as I have already told you, this is the tip of the tongue. See, I'm moving the tip of the tongue here, then here this is the center of the tongue and this is the back of the tongue. So if the tip of the tongue is being raised, see, here will be the teeth ridge. This is the teeth ridge and here will be my, see, this is the teeth ridge. Okay, the ridge like this. And here will be my, there is the teeth. Okay, so here like this. So the tip of the tongue raised like this. Okay, like this, tip of the tongue is raising. And if it is the center, it is being raised. So it is raising towards the teeth ridge. Okay, the center is being raised towards the hard palate. This is the hard palate. Okay, then the back is being raised, back of the tongue is being raised towards the soft palate, which is easily movable like this. Okay, the soft palate is easily movable. You can just make it down like this, pulling, and is completely touch the, and by lifting, if your tongue is being lifted and the soft palate is done down, then the nasal cavity is opening completely. Okay, so this is the mechanism. Okay, so here this is the height which we are talking about, and the area, that is the tip, front, center and back of the tongue. Okay, so what you have to bear in mind is that whenever we talk about this, see, the height means the height, the tip of the tongue will be always lifted towards the front of the tip of the tongue will be always lifted towards the front of the oral cavity or the teeth ridge. Okay, towards the teeth ridge. The front, so not tip, sorry, front of the tongue. Then the center of the tongue will be always towards the palate or the center portion of the oral cavity, and the back of the tongue will be always lifted towards the soft palate or the back portion of our oral cavity. So the likewise we can say that front, center and back shows the position. Okay, the position or the part, not position, sorry, the part of the tongue, and the how much it is being lifted, that height is known as the height of the tongue. Okay, so here I'll make it clear by sharing. So here what you have to understand is that, see, you have to learn the vowel diagram, cardinal vowel diagram. I'll just share it here. Just be with me. I'll just share the picture for you. Okay, where you can find the cardinal vowel system or cardinal vowel diagram. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna share it. Okay, now you can just see the cardinal vowel diagram. Actually, those who have got book with you, that is study material with you, you can just see page number 27. There, the picture is there. I think now it's clear on the screen. You can find the picture on the screen. Okay, so here we can find the front. See, just see the upper portion. There it is been labeled as front, then center, and back. It's nothing but the tongue. Okay, the front of the tongue, center of the tongue, or back, or we can say that the palate, that is front of the palate, center of the palate, and back of the palate. Okay, so the down line, that is the line at the bottom, is the tongue. Okay, suppose it is the tongue, and the upper line is the hard palate area, and that height between it is the distance between the tongue in the resting position and the palate or the upper roof of the oral cavity. Okay, so once again, let me tell you, the front means the front portion, center, then back. And now you can find open, half closed, and closed, isn't it? Labels are there. It's nothing but, see, open means the tongue is resting there by making maximum, see, gap between the roof and the tongue. Okay, then if the tongue is being raised a little and reaches the position of half open, see which has been marked there, then you can say, and those sounds which are being produced by keeping the tongue with such a height, then it is known as half open, or we can say that the tongue is half open, or if you are naming that vowel sound, you should say that half open. Okay, then furthermore, you can find that half close is there. Okay, half close. Okay, so it means that the tongue is being lifted furthermore. Okay, the and came to a position which is very close to the close one, which touch, it is not going to touch, a little bit gap is there. Okay, that is it is more than the middle. Okay, so that is known as half close. So that it means that whenever you say that the sound is half close, it means that at the time of the articulation of that particular sound, the tongue is being lifted to that particular height. Okay, then comes close. Close means the tongue is completely touching the roof, or we can find that if for vowels we can never say that we'll completely touch the roof, because it will make a obstruction or make stopping of it, stopping of the our air column. It should never happen. If it is happening, so we can't call it as a vowel sound. Okay, so if that vowel is telling that it is closed, that it is been labeled as closed, then it means that it is uh, just about to touch the roof. Okay, but it is not touching. Okay, just in the case of E, there we are lifting the tongue towards the hard palate, but it is not touching by making a little bit gap. So that is known as, that's all about this cardinal vowel diagram. And in this diagram, you can find that many dots are there, many sounds are there, which is been labeled. And for your kind information, we are following the received pronunciation of British language English, and in that we are following, that we are learning about 12 vowels. Okay, So whenever somebody is asking you in English, you have to see that it's not A, E, I, O, U, 5 vowels. It's not that. In English, actually, there are 12 vowel sounds. Okay. And these 12 vowel sounds are being labeled here in the, you see in your screen, you can find the labeling, and it means that wherever it is positioned, you can find that, see, if it is A, the, okay, apple, you know that sound. Where is it coming? It is between the open and half open. If it is ah, then it is opened. If it is then it is coming between half open and open. So likewise you can, so the tongue is lifted in between the open and half open. So this is how you can just understand the position of tongue by looking at this cardinal vowel diagram. And the thing is that actually you have to raise in such a way so that your pronunciation will come in a good manner and in a correct manner. Okay, so this is all about the cardinal vowel diagram, and this diagram, as I have told earlier in the case of the other one, this diagram you have to draw it and learn it and just understand the positions and the, just mark it in a good manner and write the answer. So here it's very simple. If you're learning, okay, you can go score good marks if you're just drawing the picture diagram and labeling it and then explaining it. And whenever you're explaining, see, don't write in a crowded manner. Just try to write as points and points as you are writing the signs and all, because it's just like that. Okay, next is about monophthongs and diphthongs. So we have then, sorry, another one is the different lip positions are coming. So here we have learned, see, we have learned part of the tongue raised, that is we have found that front is there, back is there, and center is there and back is there. We have, I have told you by showing my hands. Okay, then the height of the tongue also we have seen that half open, half open, close, half close and close. These are the heights. Okay, then comes the different lip position, and in lip position we can find there is how many are there? Rounded. Rounded means completely round. Oh, oh. Okay, rounded. Then unrounded. Okay, that is is unrounded. Okay, then comes spread. Is spread. Okay, then neutral. Neutral means like this. Okay, neutral. Okay, that like feel, feel. Okay, nothing is happening there. Then that fur. Okay, fur, it's neutral. Okay, then if it is I'm spreading. Okay, then comes open. Open means ah. Then open rounded. Okay, and o. So what is the o? O, open and round, close rounded. Ooh, ooh. Okay, so this is how your, see, just see your, how try to do it in front of a mirror, and you can find the different lip positions and just do it. Okay, then you can just internalize it. So this all about the vowel sounds and its classification. It's quite easy to understand. Then comes monophthongs and diphthongs. Okay, it's again easy. See, what is a monophthong? Mono means one. Di means two. So monophthong means only one vowel sound will be there. Then what about diphthong? Diphthong is nothing but it's a mixture of two vowel sound. Okay, just not only a mixture, we can find that, see, while the articulation of diphthong, what is happening is that you are starting with one vowel sound and you will be ending with another vowel sound. Okay, so as you are starting with one vowel sound, you are just gliding to another vowel sound. So two vowels are coming. First you will be starting with, initiation will be with one vowel sound and ending will be with another by the gliding of the sound from the first one to second one. Okay, so such sounds are known as, such vowels are known as diphthongs, or you can say it as gliding sound, gliding vowel. Okay, because you are gliding from one vowel sound to another one. Okay, so this is all about monophthongs and diphthongs. See, I'm just mentioning the terms here. I'm just making you to understand the things. So you have to prepare a good essay of all these things and just check out the questions and try to put or make a essay from your home itself before attending your exam. As I tell in every sessions, I used to tell it. So you have to do it and just note down the points which all you have to write and all. Okay, so we will have to write an essay. So just see which are the points you have to incorporate and write a good essay which is worth for 20 marks. Okay. So I'm just making the things clear for you, and your job is to read the study material in a very good manner, and more than that you can refer other books and all, and just try to make a good essay. Okay, then comes, now let us see about the next lesson unit, that is phonetic transcription and phonology. Okay, as I have told you, see, so far we were learning a phonetics. Okay, so what is phonetics? Phonetics is the study of speech sounds, its articulation, its manner of articulation, its part of articulation, everything we have learned, the mechanisms and all. So that's the learning about all these things are known as phonetics, and it comes in English and in every languages. But see, as it comes in phonology, what do you mean by phonology? Is a branch of linguistics that deals with the way of speech sounds, the way how the speech sounds are being behaving in a particular language. I have told it, made it clear in the starting itself. That is, see, if you are learning phonetics of a particular language, then it is phonology. Okay, so that's the difference between phonetics and phonology. Never get confused. Okay, now, let us see here. You can find that the phonetic alphabet of International Phonetic Association here in page number 33. So, as I told you, see, according to these sounds, see, every sound in the world could be pronounced. Okay, but now we are coming specifying. We are coming to a specification of learning phonetics with regard to English language, or the phonology of the phonetics of English phonology. Okay, so for that we have to learn. So before that, let me tell you what a phoneme is. What do you mean by phoneme? Phoneme is nothing but just a utterance, a single, it is the smallest unit of a speech sound. Okay, also it's nothing but just an utterance, okay, of a sound, is known as phoneme. Okay, so now another term is allophones. What in the allophones? Nothing but these different forms of phonemes are known as allophones. I'll make it clear. See, if you're learning ch, ch is a sound, isn't it? So we can found it, say it as a phoneme. Ch. For T, alphabet T, we are telling ch sound, and it's a phoneme. Okay. But this has got two variations of prediction. Okay, when it comes in the starting of a word, we are just aspirating it and telling, like chable, It's not table, it's table. Tie. Okay, choy. So there we are just aspirating it. So this aspirated form of phoneme is there, and unaspirated form, that is when it comes in the middle or in the end, like hat or that like just like button and all. We are just telling the T sound. Okay, we are not aspirating it. So these are the different. So these two examples of T sound says that T is a phoneme, but it has got variation of prediction. That is, two types are there. That these are, so we can say that these two type, aspirated T and unaspirated T, are the allophones of sound T. Okay, so through the example you can just understand it. Hope you have got it. Okay, so these are all these things which you have to learn in this particular lesson. And further, we are just concentrating on the consonants. See, as I told you, we are gonna learn how to transcribe a particular word of an English, and which are the sounds, that is consonant sounds and consonant phonemes, which we have learned, sorry, phonemes we have learned, and we are gonna see which are the sounds produced in English, and of which are the consonant sounds and which are the vowel sounds. Okay, so for the convenience we are first taking consonant sounds alone, and let us see, just take page number 41. We can find that all the phonetic symbols which comes in the consonant sounds are being given there. See, first one is B, P. I'll just read out it, okay? In page number 41, you can find the last portion, that is the phonetic symbols. There you can find P, B, T, D, K, G. So for P, just see initial, you can see pan. Then middle, you can find span. Then final sap. Okay, so this is how you have to understand. Okay, for bit, cubs, nip. Okay, just go through it. I'll just pronounce, say the next one is ch, as I told, chip, steel, cut. Then dot, heads, lid. Then kite, skin, lock. Guide, flags, big. Next, ch. Okay, so far you have we have seen you can understand the sound because it's very resembling with the alphabets which we have learned in English. But next one is new symbol, that is ch. It's the sound is ch. See, ch and some another symbol is being formed. You have to learn the symbols. Okay, it's very important. So it's ch. The sound is ch, like the chain in the front. Okay, touch, catch, ch. Then comes another new symbol is there for j, joy, gorged, edge, j. Okay. Then comes m. It's simple. We can know that sound m, n. Then comes another new symbol is there, as you have to pronounce in ing, that is ring, thing, like last portion of ring, thing. Okay, so that is a sign which you have to do. Let's see, you can just write the small n and you have to just prolong the length of the end like this. Okay, so that is let's just learn it by practicing it with a pen. Okay, then le, you know, le, it's quite easy, it resembles the letter L, le. Then v, v, don't be confused with w and v. W and V different. Okay, V is a labiodental. Okay, so see there, your front teeth and your lower lip is been pursed in under your front teeth. Okay, but while you're pronouncing V, that is W, you have to round it. Okay, round your lips. Then next one is new symbol for TH. For TH, you can find two sounds. That is, first one is S and one is Z. Okay, so normally we Indians are making a big mistake of telling thing, ta, ta. We are using ta. And for sometimes for TH we are using the. So wherever you are using ta sound, like think, month, thought, okay, in such places of th, you can use the first symbol theta. See, actually the pronunciation is th, see, think, okay, month, it's th, okay. Then next one is not the. Wherever you are using, they make the mistake of the, but there you have to use the. Okay, so it is the and the, that, then, they, there. Okay, if it is think, thought. Okay, now next is that you know, you know. Other one is new one, sharp, brush. This that sound. In the symbol ch, you have found this sign, isn't it? Along with t, if you are using this sign, it is ch. Okay, just it alone shows the sound sharp. Okay. Next one is j. Another new one, new symbol. It's about confusion. Jen, not confusion. It is Jen. Then another one is pressure. Pleasure. See, it is not pressure cooker. It is pressure cooker. J. It's not pleasure. It is pleasure. Measure. Okay. And in such cases, this J is used. The symbol is like this. Then comes her, r, w, and last one it's not j. Okay, never get confused. See, most of them, most of the students I have found that they'll get confused with the sound j and they'll use this j because in our letter we are using English letters, we are using this symbol for j. But never get confused. In phonetic symbols, this symbol is for y, yat, yeah, yeah. Okay. So here you have got on page number 42, you can find there is a column is there. By seeing this column, you can find that manner of articulation of consonants, place of articulation. Okay, both are here given, and each speech sounds which now we have learned, that is each consonant sounds are being distributed accordingly, and from this you can find that how, where, and which place this particular sound is being produced. Okay, and you can find that there are 9 voiceless consonants, and all other consonants are voiced in English. English, and that is 15 and 9. Okay, 15 are voiced sounds in consonants, and 9 are voiceless, and altogether 24 are there. Okay. Now let us see the detail. See, now you can find here from right from the page number 43, you can find the detailed description of consonants given here. Already we have learned, see, plosives, what are plosives, I have told you, I have given you complete idea. Now you know the things, okay. Now you can understand whenever you hear what a plosive is. Plosive is completely closing and just opening. Okay. Then in that itself it has been given labiodental, alveolar, and velar. Many plosives are there in which many parts are there, like labiodental, bilabial, you know, 2 are there. Alveolar, two lips are used. Alveolar means teeth ridge. then velar means soft palate, and all this we have seen. And if you are learning internalizing those terms in a very first you are learning it and internalizing, then and you are learning here, you can very clearly understand, very easy. Okay, and here allophones are also given for plosives. Okay, now now comes alveolar plosives, t, d, and its allophones are given. Velar plosives, k, g, its allophones are given. Never neglect these areas, it's very important. Then affricates are coming. Okay, that is ch, j. The nasals, m, n, ng. Okay, then comes fricatives, isn't it? That is, yeah, fervor, labiodental fricative is there, fervor, dental fricative is there, fervor. For th, I have told you, it is th and the. Okay, then alveolar fricative. Okay, alveolar, you know, teeth bridge fricative, you know, that is we are just constricting the passage without blockage. Okay, then z, s, z. Again, its allophones are given. Then palato-alveolar fricatives. See, palate and alveolar. Alveolar, never forget, it's teeth bridge. The sh, j it, and its fricative is glottal affricative. Here we have seen its allophones are given. Okay, then lateral approximant like l, l. Then alveolar lateral approximant l. Actually, it is touching the teeth grid, so we can call it as alveolar. Then approximants are r, y, and w. Okay, post alveolar approximants are there r, y, w are approximants, then semi-vowels, okay, approximants, we have seen it. Okay, so now we have completed the consonants in a very deeper manner. Now let us see what are consonant clusters in English. Okay, it's again very simple. As you know, the meaning of cluster, what it means, actually the consonant sounds are put together. Many consonant sounds are coming together. No vowel sound is coming in between. In such a case, you can find the clustering of vowel sounds. Okay. For example, we can see very simple examples are given here. And yeah, before that we have to learn what a syllable is. Okay, as I have told you what a phoneme means. See, phoneme means nothing but the just an utterance of sound is known as phoneme. The simplest utterance of sound is known as phoneme. Now what is syllable? Actually, a phoneme we can't, some phonemes actually, even some phonemes, speaking truth, we can't pronounce it. In order to pronounce some, especially consonant sounds, phonemes, if in order to pronounce it, we have to take a vowel sound along with it. For example, in consonant sounds like year for year we are using year also with it. That's why I'm telling year, isn't it? For S actually it is, but we say s and is being used there, isn't it? So, in order to pronounce a thing, in order to utter a thing, actually a phoneme is not comfortable. A phoneme alone is not comfortable. So, if we are getting a word, then you are dividing that word to a possible utterance pieces, then such simplest piece is known as syllable. Okay, so again let me make it clear. Each syllable will have a vowel in it. Okay, because without a vowel we can never pronounce a particular thing. Okay, as I told in the case of consonant sound phonemes, we can just utter it. Okay, pronounce it only if we have alone, if you are talking, okay? Only if we have got a vowel sound along with it, okay? So a vowel sound is very much important, needed for the utterance of a particular sound. So if you are getting a word and you are dividing that word, the simplest portion of that, the smallest portion of that word in after the division, which could be uttered properly, is known as a syllable. And in order to utter, we know that a vowel should be there. So you can say in another way as every vowel sound needs a every vowel sound needs a every syllable needs a vowel sound for its utterance. Okay, so that's it. Every vowel sound needs an utterance. Consonant needs a vowel sound for its utterance. So we can find that a vowel is the nucleus of a syllable. Okay, so what is a syllable? See, you are getting this word and you are just breaking that words. Okay, for example, if it is examination, there you can find X, am, in, a, gen. X, am, in, a, gen. X, am, in, a, gen. Five syllables I'll get. And X, in X, I'm getting E is there, so I can pronounce it. Za, a, za. Me, ne, gen. Just see, in every syllable you can find a vowel sound is there. Without a vowel sound, it's quite difficult actually. Okay, so mm, now let us see. So now you know what a syllable is and what's a vowel sound, and every syllable should have a vowel sound, and what's a nucleus of a syllable. The nucleus of a syllable is the vowel sound in that particular syllable. Okay, so all these things we have learned. Now you just read it, okay? There may be more points here. See, it's not possible to say each and every point here with this limited time. And I'm here just to help you out to learn phonetics or learn the things, crack the things, okay? So I think we are doing it. And so it's not enough. You have to read your textbook in a wider manner, in a deeper manner, and learn it, okay? Now, let us see, as I told you, the clustering or the vowel sounds. See, types of syllable. Page number 53, can see I. See, only one vowel is there. Eat. See, one vowel sound and consonant is coming. E and T. Then, hey, hey. Consonant, and last one is A. That is a diphthong actually coming. We can call it as a vowel there. Okay. So likewise, that's how you can use V and C. The V stands for vowel sound and the C stands for consonant sound. And by using such symbols, you can write the V and C's for any words. Okay. Now, just see initial and final consonant clusters. Cluster, I told you what do you mean by cluster. See, we talked about syllable, and in a syllable, we have seen that just for a syllable, in order to utter a syllable, there should be a vowel sound. But see, what are clusters? See, even though there's a vowel sound, there will be a syllable in which you can find more than one consonants which are together without a vowel sound in between. Okay, then you can find more than one means two, three, and all we can find. See, for example, spleen, PSPL, three are coming. Then only splee is coming. Okay, so that's the clustering which I have to do. Okay, now it's clear for you. You can just go through the examples here. It's very clearly given. See, every type of examples are given. Just read each example and understand the things. Okay, if you have got any doubt, you can just come out with your doubts in the next session and you can just clear it out. Okay, now, so here, so far, we have learned many things. Never forget to learn, read, or see, never forget to write the essays so in a very clear manner. Okay, because this is a type of literature which we have, where we have to deal it with like science, and we have to write each and every points which may come under this. Okay, so here we have seen each and every lessons we have seen and have just completed it. Now let me talk about the questions and answers which may come. See, whenever a question will come here, see, I have told you, just write a caption. Okay, take or refer the previous question papers and you can find many questions over there. And whenever a question is being asked, see, write a caption like from the question and then try to answer the answer. And it should be answered in a very clear manner. Write an introduction part, then the body part should be written as you change the topic, you have to change the paragraphs over there. And as you are writing here, you have to write, if you are writing about the speech mechanism, you have got three systems there to write, like respiratory system, then phonatory system, and articulatory system. And that you have to number it properly. That is, first respiratory system, first you are talking about speech mechanism, then write an introduction about speech mechanism in a very detailed manner. Then you can say that there are three systems coming there, and then you can just write the caption while numbering it one and write a respiratory system and then try to answer it. And if and all any further partitions are coming and you want to write a side heading over there, then you can write 1.1 and just write the heading and just again proceed. Okay, then in that itself, it another 1.2 like that you can write. Okay, and next to the underline the captions, and likewise, and wherever you can have put some examples and diagrams, you have to do it. Okay, and it will help you to score good marks. And also I'll advise you to learn specific examples for each and everything which you are writing in phonetics. See, because some examples should be quoted there, okay, and it should be apt one. So for that, you have to prepare well with the sounds and phonemes and all. Okay, so examples should be done, given, diagram should be written, drawn. Okay, then what I have to tell is that, see, your learning of the phonemes, the symbols. Okay, so as it is being given here, if you may find that, yeah, it's very simple, only small words are given, it's quite easy for you. So but what I will recommend you is that with the small words, try to internalize the phoneme, the pronunciation of it, the articulation of it, the manner of pronunciation and all. Try to internalize it, and then, and also the symbol of that particular phoneme. That's very important. Okay, and then, see, then come to leave the simple words and then try to exercise on bigger ones. Okay, take bigger ones. See, in every, if once if you are learning the phonetic symbols properly, then only you can see, you then only you can refer a dictionary and the pronunciation will be there. See, in every dictionaries, good dictionaries, you can find that when a word is being given, Then next to it, you can find the pronunciation given in between two slashes. Isn't it? You might have noticed it. But unless and until you are not learning the phonemes, the symbol of the phonemes in a proper way, you are not gonna get the pronunciation in a proper way. Okay, so actually, whenever you find a new word, you have to check with it. With actually, when you are learning a new word or finding a new word, what we do, we'll take the dictionary and refer it, and most of us refer the meaning and we feel, yeah, it's enough, we are satisfied. But as masters in English, you have to, along with the meaning, it's very, very important that you have to check the pronunciation, how this particular thing is pronounced in a proper way, in the right way. Okay, see, for example, now it's a time of lockdown. We know that many of us in many of the medias and all, I have found that the word quarantine, its the pronunciation is quarantine. Okay, as masters of English, we should know that it is quarantine, but many of them are using it as quarantine. Quarantine, many are using like that. Actually, the problem is that nobody's checking the pronunciation. They're just taking the sounds from others which who are using it, and it may be in a wrong way. And they argue that say it's just a language, and the only reason for learning languages is communication, and this communicating and understanding is enough and all. Yeah, it's for a little extent. If you are thinking for an extent, it's okay. But as the masters of English language and literature, you should be able to tell and give an answer to a person who calls, who tells, or who asks you, or who actually consults you with the correct pronunciation and all. So for that, you will have to know that to check out the proper pronunciation from a dictionary, and for that you have to understand or internalize the symbols of phonetics or the phonemes. Okay, and so today we have learned completely the phonetic symbols of consonants, and here we know that in consonants, many of them are just it is resembling with the letters. Already we have learned in the alphabet, the small letters of alphabets. But there are another new symbols also, which gives you the sounds like ch, then j, then th, the, than je. And see, such words or symbols or the phonemes which have got different symbols, you have to internalize the correct pronunciation of it. Okay, first you have to internalize the articulation style, manner of articulation, and place of articulation, and then you have to internalize the symbol, then how the symbol is. And for that, I'll recommend that you have to see, try to change the passages. See, take a paragraph from any book, textbook, and try the small paragraphs or two or three lines and try to transcribe it. Okay, what do you mean by transcription? Changing that is writing the things, that is changing the normal words which we are learning or the sentences into its transcribed form, that is into its phonetic transcription, phonetic phoneme, sounds, symbols, by using the symbols. Okay, and not only that, see there you have to put the stress and all syllables and all that. But it's first and foremost thing which you have to learn is the phonetic symbols. And for that, see, I'll recommend that now today we have learned only the consonant sounds, and with the consonant sounds you have to try it and write, try to take a paragraph and try to transcribe it by using these phonetic symbols which you have learned, and check it with the dictionary and find out the mistakes, and likewise you can practice to transcribe a paragraph. Okay, and tomorrow in the next session we'll be learning about The vowel sound, see, it's coming in the 3A. So this book is only 3 is there, and 3A is coming, that will be dealing in the next session, and there we'll be learning about the articulation and manner of vowel sounds also, and also there you can find the symbols of vowel sounds, and you have to internalize it, and also diphthongs and all. So through that you can completely you'll be completing the phonemes and its symbols and all. So after that, I'll advise you to keep on till the examination. What you have to do is that take a paragraph from somewhere and try to transcribe it, and just check yourself, okay, from correct yourself, evaluate yourself by keeping a dictionary. And this is how you can improve your transcription, okay. See, nobody can help you out. If, so you have to practice it by yourself, and patient will be there to transcribe the things, paragraph and all. So there you can do it in a good manner. And if you are doing it every day, just you have to spend only 10 minutes, I think. Only this small paragraph you can do the exercise daily, so that you can internalize it in a good manner and practice it. So, okay. Then never forget, never get confused about the phonetics and phonology. Okay, so here we have almost finished the this session, and if you have got any doubt, see, I know you may be having many doubts here. See, please, here again, I'll tell you. See here, the cluster we have, as we have seen the cluster of consonant in the last pages and all. The examples are given that how the cluster is coming, consonant clusters when it comes in the initial stage, when it comes in the final stage and all. So you just go through it, so it will be easy to understand. Okay, so by this we have finished the complete paper, and now it's time for doubt clearance. Okay, guys, now you can just unmute your speaker and clear your doubts. See, I know by just by this such a fast class, it may be a little bit difficult for you to internalize. Anyway, mm, I hope I have done maximum justice towards the topic, and I could make it clear, understand for you in easier way. Now you can just clear the doubts. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's very easy to write your see if a question comes, see, like speech mechanism, then you can write the whole thing. See, like in order to make it 20 for 20 marks, you can write respiratory system. First, you have to write about the speech mechanism, just explain it with a big paragraph. Then you can say that three types of systems are involved in it. Then talk about the respiratory system, draw that picture of organs of speech, and there you can talk about the glottis opening, all these things you can write. Okay, the complete manner, how some in some articulation the air is passing through the nasal cavity, and in some articulation the air is passing through the oral cavity completely, and so likewise it happening. And then the vibration, see, many things you can write. See, the tongue is there, the oral, about the oral cavity and all. So the respiratory system, you can talk it in such a way that is it passes through the larynx, and passes through the vocal cords, and they make the sound voiced or voiceless, and what is voiced and voiceless you can write. Then again it passes through the oral cavity when the soft palate is being brought to the low up, that is it is being heightened. Then if it is being lowered, then the complete air is passed through nasal cavity, And likewise you can write. Then next is phonatory system, and there you can draw the, see, the very simple diagram is it. There is the glottis is been in your page number 7, you can find it. So just try to draw that picture of vocal cords, okay, which are drawn apart and which are being closed. Okay, both are given there in page number 7. You can find vocal cords drawn wide apart, and in page number 8 you can find that with the vocal cords which have been closed. Okay, so two manners you can find easy. Okay, so there you can write about again voiced and voice and what are things happening and all, and here read it. Okay, more than what we have discussed, you can get more points from when you read it here. Okay, then another one is articulatory system also. Each and every parts. See, I have just mentioned it to understand for you the place of the articulation, where it comes and all. But here it has been described in a very detailed manner. So you may use these descriptions and mention each one, that is the pharynx, lips, teeth rich, hard palate, soft palate, and everything. Same viola, tongue, all these things you can, tongue and all you can say about the whole parts of the tongue there, and you can make the thing a big essay. So that's what I'm telling. See, whenever the essay, if you are trying to attempt the essay first time from your examination hall, you can't just make it out. Say, how can you make the whole thing for which is worth for this 20 marks? But once you learn, you prepare it from your home, then it will be easy for you to reproduce it from the at the time of the examination. Okay, and so that's how you have to approach, and drawings are all you can give. Okay, so I think so today we have completed the areas completely. Okay, and tomorrow we'll meet again with our vowel sounds. Any other doubts? Yeah, tomorrow's schedule I'll be sending through the WhatsApp, and through by that you can just see the schedule and join the meeting. Okay. Any others? You can give me suggestions for improvement. If any style of teaching has to be improved, you can just suggest. Say, I'm ready to do that. Do that, and I hope it's convenient for you now to follow. I think than the classes which we are getting, these online classes will be more convenient. You can make it from your home itself. Then. And also see here the I told you, see, you can refer more from outside the books also and write the things. Okay, okay then guys, hope we have done it today. Okay, now let us sign off now. Tomorrow, till then, tomorrow we'll meet again. I'll send you the schedule. Hope all your doubts are clear. Anyway, I know that, see, once you go through the things, only you'll have doubts. Okay. So by the time of next session, uh, till then you have to just go through what we have learned today and check whether you have understood it. Okay. Whenever you listen to things, you may feel that yeah, you have got it, but check it yourself and make me know. See, let me know it in the next session, that if there is any doubts for you or any type of difficulty for you to tackle with. Okay, okay then. Okay guys, so let us finish off the session today, and tomorrow we'll meet again. Till then, goodbye and stay safe. Children, please put your attendance in the chat box so that I can mark your attendance before leaving the meeting. Don't forget to put your attendance. Yeah.